Oh, hello, Shaker Heights varsity football fans. It's an ugly day, but we are here for week 3 as it is Shaker Heights varsity football against the Solon Comets, former GCC rivals. Oh, excuse me. Quite windy as well, but the rain is pouring down as we speak. But yeah, these two teams used to be rivals. They still play like they are rivals. We're set for a great football game. This team, the Solon Comets, the toughest competition Shaker has faced so far in the Cleveland.com preseason rankings. They placed Shaker Heights at 25. They put Solon only 4 spots back at number 29. But it's what happens on the field that really matters. It's not about some silly numbers. Well, we're about to get set. It should be Andrew Mullen getting set to kick this one off. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum here with the call under some terrible conditions at the Russell H. Rupp Stadium. Earlier today, we broadcasted a field hockey game. It was Shaker Heights versus a Michigan school in Pioneer High School. Shaker did lose the game 3-0. The good thing is that it wasn't raining. The sun even peeked out for a minute. It's really been cloudy all day, except for that 1 second during halftime of that field hockey game. If there is lightning, typically that means cancellation. We have not seen any of that just yet. 12 minutes up on the clock, symbolizing the start of quarter number 1. Head coach Alex Nicholson talking things over with the men in stripes. I assume we'll see Trey McNutt do that before he heads to the locker room in halftime, too. The D1 commit has been talking to these referees before every single halftime that he's got to go to in the locker room. The referees want to talk to the D1 commit. And when you got the number 1 safety in the class of 2025, could be a star in the NFL one day, you want to take that opportunity. The guys up here in the arches struggling with the weather, struggling to see with the flood of umbrellas in front of us. Not a whole lot of people out here. Not a whole lot of football either. Not sure where, or I should say when we're going to get started. Still talking to the refs. Maybe about the conditions. But hey, the Shaker cheerleaders are already doing their thing. They're amped for kickoff, as they should be. This is what football is. We grind through these conditions. If you have seen Shaker versus Heights, it has not been pretty for several years. Last year, it was pouring rain, and Shaker ended up losing that game against their biggest rival in the Battle of Lee Road. Here, former Greater Cleveland Conference rival, the Solon Comets. They were in the GCC last year for their final year in the GCC, while the entirety of their other athletic teams, they had already switched to the Suburban League. Not sure why they decided to have their football squad stay one more season, but they did. Yeah, Solon had spread out originally, getting set for the kickoff. Now they're back huddled around the 40-yard line, as you can see. Refs are now coming in to talk things over. We've got 5 refs with Coach Nicholson. You've got 1 over by the Solon huddle. We'll update you as this one goes along. We've had this happen other times, and absolutely nothing comes of it. Just got to trust that they're not wasting our time. Here you can see the referees talking things over at midfield with the head coach Nicholson. Now he goes over, picks up a duffel bag. Maybe they have an issue with footballs themselves. Maybe a shortage of footballs? Not exactly sure. We might never get an explanation. I'm just telling you what's going on in front of me. If you're just tuning in, we're just waiting, really, for kickoff. Because in this rain, you know what we want to do is just wait some more. And now the whistle blows. Solon back in their kickoff reception formation. Shaker in the red home jerseys, white pants. On the other side, all white with blue, that dark navy blue helmets. So both got the white pants. Don't let that confuse you. Andrew Mullen is set to kick this one off on behalf of Shaker. That means Solon's offense is going to be starting with it here at the Rupp. Mullen backs up about 9 yards. Call it 8.5 if you want to get specific. And now here's the jog up. And he powers it away. And this one's picked up at the goal line. He ends up needing to back into the end zone, and it's just going to be ruled as a touchback. In the NFL, they changed kickoffs drastically. Here in college and high school football, of course, here high school football, we've got the same kind of thing going with the simple kickoff. Well, now we're set. 12 minutes up on the clock. No time has gone by. 0-0's the score, of course. Oh, excuse me. A lot of rain coming down on me. Here, Jack Sanders is going to look to throw it. He rolled out to his right, and he finds the guy over to the right side of the field, near side. He'll be taken down short of midfield, call it about the 47. And so Solon off to a quick start on the pass attack. Not something we were expecting to see right out of the gun, considering the weather conditions. But perhaps they just wanted to take Shaker by surprise, and that they did with already a quick gain there. 11:40 left to go, quarter number one. Clock continues to tick on down after the completed pass. Jack Sanders in the backfield. He's just going to give it to the other man in the backfield. That's number 26. The running back is brought down. So Shaker with their first real stop. That handoff going nowhere. 2nd and 10. Now after that. Oh, they rule it a 2nd and 9? No, that's a 2nd and 10. Less than 11 minutes to go. They're going to just hand this one off once again. That's number 26. And he's following the blockers in front of him. He goes for a huge gain, eventually running into Brian Mitchell, who brings him down, but he's already in the red zone. Solon's cooking early. My goodness. They are moving quickly. 0-0 your score, but Solon threatening to have that change. They'll run it off to the left side once again to that number 26, and he is taken down. Sharpie, that running back. It was Miles Shelton to stop him before he got too far. They rule this one as a gain of 4. 6 yards to go on the second down. Now 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 0-0 as we are really just getting started. And here's another run. This time it's up the middle, not to the left side. He's brought down quickly. 3rd down. So it started off really loud with a huge pass, almost getting Solon to midfield already. Then they had a big run already into the red zone. Now here they are facing a 3rd down and 3. Yeah, that looks right. 3 yards to go, maybe 4, if you want to be generous to the home crowd. The men of white now surround the line. They seem very tight into their formation, so it's looking like a run once again. Here, Jack Sanders under pressure quickly. He rolls out to the right side, and number 32 has got it in his grasp for the first down. Less than 9 minutes to go. So Solon off to a great start on offense. And we'll see if they can keep that going. Excuse the camera. Here's the run. They're going to try it up the middle. Number 26 improvises, but he's still going to be stopped. A big hit before he goes down. Once again, it was Mitchell bringing him down before Sharpie could do much. And now they're actually subbing a lot of guys in and out. 4 guys out, 4 guys in. Let's see if this brings any sort of defensive change as we keep on going. 7:50 left to go, quarter number 1. Solon facing a 2nd and goal from the 6. Jack Sanders rolls out once again, but now he's under pressure. 3 Raiders in front of him. This one tipped away. The block was from Miles Shelton. And yeah, the wind trying to take away our umbrellas out here. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the days you wish you had a press box. That their first incompletion of the night. I assume we'll see several more before the night is concluded from both sides. Here's a run once again. Sanders keeps it, and he's brought down, bringing up a 4th down. They hold him once again. I believe the coach is keeping the offense out here. Jack Sanders going to jog his way over to the sideline, perhaps asking, hey, coach, what's the plan? And more than likely about to find out. 7:11 left to go here in the first quarter. Clock has been ticking on down as they have run it over and over again. And now we're already going to get a timeout from Solon. So it's an early timeout, but a timeout nonetheless. So we're going to step aside. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Von Ullum here with the call. 0-0 is your score so far. .703 left to go, quarter number 1, and now they switch up. They're just going to be kicking this one for a field goal. And let me tell you, this kicker had a strong leg in warm-ups. He was looking solid, and their punter as well. These special teams, really a strong suit for this squad, but it looks like he missed it. And there's the commentator jinx for you as he hooks it, I believe, to the right side. It is no good. 0-0, the score remains, and Shaker's offense is going to get the football for the first time this evening. Still waiting for the rain to somewhat let up. We're hoping it does around 7:30. We'll, again, see if that holds up. Less than 7 minutes to go now. Quarter number 1, 0-0 the score. as Solon comes up short on their first drive. Really felt like a chip shot field goal. I mean, it had the oomph. There was no question about the strength behind the kick, but he just missed it. Here it is, Jasir Eady, and that play looked broken from the beginning. My goodness, and Solon says they have it after they brought down Eady. But the referee says he's down. The referee will say he was down before he lost it. That was close. Solon really confident in the fact that they had it. But nope. They say Eady lost the team 2 yards there. Second down, 12 yards to go. 3 receivers near side, 1 far side. Cornell Beard in the backfield with Eady. Hopefully they can get the runs working now. But now Jasir Eady's going to fake one pass, look for another. And he's got his man in the form of Lyndon Javis. Lyndon Javis, one of those guys we got to keep an eye on. In that first game of the season, 2 receiving touchdowns. Was quiet in that last game, but now here he is, looking to make a name for himself once again in his junior year. Less than 6 minutes to go now, first quarter. Clock continues to roll. Cornell Beard in motion. Now he's going to join the backfield with Jasir Eady to his right. And Jasir Eady takes the snap. He's going to sling it once again, and why not? Another catch. Good stuff. That time it was to number 9. That is Cameron Jackson, the senior. First time we've called his name since the beginning of the season. 5.5 to go. Shakers moving it well through the air so far. Hopefully they can keep that streak going. Haven't run it with Cornell Beard yet. And once again, in these weather conditions in high school football, you typically see the ground game working a lot more. So far, not the case. Jasir Eady rolls out to the right as he's quickly under pressure. He's going to sling this one deep. He's got a man. It's Trey McNutt. He'll bring it in. First down and 10 for the Red Raiders just outside of the red zone. That's the connection we got to see build. Eady to McNutt. That's what we need here in this 2024 season. New quarterback, of course, it's going to take some time for them to establish that connection. But there you go. You can see that it is something that has been getting better and better. Trey McNutt has really been silent over those past couple of games. But there you go. Big-time plays from the big man. And here, Eady's going to give this one to Trey McNutt as well on the jet sweep attempt, but they're not going to gain any yardage. If anything, they actually might have lost one. Ooh, looks like they're calling this a loss of a couple. Loss of 2. 2nd and 12. Ball is on the 30. Excuse me. Ball is on the 24-yard line. Three near side receivers. We'll see if he goes to one of them. He will not. He'll just take it and scramble himself. He makes one man miss. Now he's taken down. A lot of fight to really just get back to where you started. And now it looks like they're bringing in the other quarterback, Quinn Malone, coming in. Let's see what Quinn Malone can do. Are they going to give it to him to throw on a 3rd and 14? You'd assume so. Interesting decision from the coach. 2 receivers wide of each side of the line. Cornell Beard back there with him. He sends them in motion. Quinn Malone going to pass it over to Cameron Jackson, and he's got a little bit of room to try and do some fancy footwork, but he's pushed out of bounds quickly. Was pushed out by Colin. 4:13 left to go. Quarter number 1, 0-0 the score. That's going to be a 4th down. At least it should be. We're waiting for the marker to change. It's going to be a 4th down, about 7 yards to go. And now we'll get the marker change. They throw back in Jasir Eady. Quinn Malone's pass a little bit off target. Luckily, Cameron Jackson able to get back to it. Here, Jasir Eady evades the pressure. He's looking to run for the first down, and it looks like he will. And indeed, he did get there. That was close, but he did get there. First down and goal from the 9. Shaker with the best opportunity so far for a touchdown. On their first drive, this would be big. Here's the run, up the middle to Cornell Beard. He finds all the open lanes, and he gets in. Cornell Beard does it again. How about this number 15? The Archer celebration after the touchdown. Shaker leads 6-0. Looking to make it 7-0 with the PAT by Lucas White, the junior. The rain continues to pour down. It will not affect his PAT, however, as it is 7-0. We're going to step aside as the kickoff teams get out. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum with the call. Cornell Beard's touchdown gives Shaker the 7-0 lead. .402 left to go. Quarter number 1, Shaker up by a touchdown and PAT. The rain continues to pour on down. Umbrellas visible from everywhere you look. Left, right, up, down, it feels like. And here's the kickoff from Mullen. Oh, look at this. Trying to onside it. Does Shaker get it? Shaker is acting like they do. What does the ref say? He says Shaker ball. Only 5 seconds off the clock there for the trickery onside kick attempt. And, well, if you didn't get enough of the Shaker offense already, they're back out. Cameron Jackson, the near side receiver. There's 3 on the opposite side. Chavis in motion, and Edie looking to throw it once again. He'll pump fake, and now he's going down, and he's just going to throw this one away. And it is incomplete. No intentional grounding there on the play. May I say shout out to the Shaker bands, the cheerleaders, Raiderettes, and of course the Shaker Heights student section. This is a gross game to attend, but here you are supporting. Here you are supporting this football game as a whole. Jasir Edie is going to run this one to Cornell Beard, and he's got room to run, and you already know he takes Shaker inside of the red zone. Well, this is quick. Shaker almost getting ready to take a 2-touchdown lead. We're still a little bit surprised that Shaker even has the ball. We weren't getting set for that onside kick, but it took Solon by surprise. Shaker, of course, wasn't surprised. They got that ball back, no problem. Jasir Edie with Cornell Beard to his left, takes the snap all over to his right side, almost struggled with it, and now he's just going to tuck, and it looks like he's going to run it. Oh, he jukes out a defender, the linebacker number 30, and he'll get some positive yards. after the fancy footwork. Beautiful stuff. We've seen a lot of fancy runs from this Shaker offense so far in Lyndhurst against Brush. We saw Cornell Beard with the most devastating spin move that I have ever seen in a high school football game there. Not sure what happened. Jasir Edie. Not sure what happened. Looks like there was some confusion on the play. He's talking to his starting running back behind him, Cornell Beard and him, asking each other what happened. Both of them don't really know the answer. 3.5 left to go in quarter number 1. 7-0 is the score. Shaker threatening to put him up by 2 possessions. Edie with a quick throw over to the right side. And that'll be a first down. That time it was to Miles Shelton, the senior, making it happen. And so now they are that much closer with a first down and goal from the 7. 3 near side receivers, 1 to the far side to the right of Jasir Edie. Ball on the right hash mark. Jasir Edie will give this one off to Cornell Beard. For a second there, it looked like Edie had kept it. He sold it well. But Beard keeps it. Only he gets about 2 yards on the play. A couple guys come out. The guys coming out are honestly the reliable receivers. We're getting Cameron Jackson out, Chavis out, Shelton out. Of course, Trey McNutt still out there. We'll see what this means. Up against the line, Jasir Edie going to give this one off to a man in motion to the far side. There, almost a phenomenal stiff arm. That time from number 6, Landon Bryant, the junior. They're going to call this one a loss of, let's call it 5. My goodness. Trying to do a fancy little play out of the playbook, just didn't exactly work. 1:50 to go here in the first quarter. Shaker up by 7, looking for more. It's a 3rd down and goal to go. Edie takes the snap. They're looking to go to the air here for the touchdown. Edie makes one man miss, and now he's going to pass it, and through the hands of the intended receiver, Cameron Jackson. Right idea. Honestly, maybe should have caught it. I mean, it was off the hands, but in these conditions, with how high the throw was, you're not exactly going to come after the guy for the missed reception. Cameron Jackson will come out. Miles Shelton remains on. It looked like he was not sure if he should stay on or go out, but he will stay on. The new receiver in is number 3, Coleman. And Jasir Edie getting set. He'll take the snap to his left side, looking for the throw, and that man was all wrapped up. Chavis, the man that was wrapped up. And it looks like Shaker is going to go with the safe option and just take some points while they can. Oh, excuse me. That was 4th down. Never mind. The marker's tripping me up. That was 4th down. And with that incompletion, just not the right read. You had a couple guys open down low, and though you never want to throw it down low on those 7 yards to gain situations, if a guy is wrapped up as much as Lyndon Chavis was, maybe that's just not your best move. Here the give, number 26, the running back. Mitchell brought down Sharpie right there. 70 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Shaker up by 7. The ball is at the 19-18. The night continues to get a little bit chillier as the rain continues to fall. And now here's the run. Once again, they're trying to go up the middle. Shaker's defense powers them back, says no thank you. And if anything, this could be a loss. So that can't be a gain of any yards. And now they don't need to snap another play. We'll see if they do anyway on a 3rd down. And, oh, they called it a 1-yard gain. 3 yards to go. Ball at the 19. We'll see if they snap it. Typically in an NFL game, this is where you try to draw the other team off sides. And if you're Solon, that would give you the easy 1st down. We'll see if they do that here. And now it'll be the end of the quarter. 6 seconds left on the play clock. Solon decides not to snap this one off. So when we come back, it's going to be a 3rd down, 3 yards to go for the Solon offense. Shaker's defense looking to get back on the field and not allow Solon to even this one up. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum, here with the call from the Russell H. Rupp Stadium in Shaker Heights. Shaker up by 7. We flip sides of the field. We're set for a 3rd down and 3. 12 minutes up on the clock for the start of quarter number 2. Shaker up by 7 with the ball at the 19. Solon's own 19. They got a long way to go. And it looks like it's going to be a quarterback keeper as Jack Sanders rolls out to the right side. And he fumbles it. Let's see who's got it. Shaker says it's them. The referees, do they agree? They do. And now it looks like they're going to roll a flag down. Not sure for what. Rolling something on Shaker. Again, not really sure what the flag was down for. No big announcement after the penalty. No stadium announcement either. Shaker on the run was 9 for 34 in that first quarter. Through the air, there were 5 for 9 for 74 yards. Here it goes to Coleman. He makes one man miss, dives forward to try and get it up to around the 15. Good effort by Coleman to try and get those extra yards. 11:30 left to go here in the second quarter. Shaker up by 7. Shaker with 8 yards to go here on 2nd down. Cornell Beard makes one man miss. He cuts inside. Beauty of a play. However, yellow laundry down on the field. Let's see what the flag is. Initial indications do show holding against the Raiders, and I believe that should be the case. And there it comes. We'll see where the ball will be spotted. 11:16 to go in the second quarter in the first half. And it looks as though they're going to move this one 10 yards back. Sounds about right. Ball at the 25-yard line. That penalty takes him out of the red zone. Shaker up by 7, looking for more. They're going to have a 2nd down and a long way to go, especially now as Jasir Eady gets taken down before he can successfully roll out of the pocket. You got a long way to go. You pass it here? It feels like your only option if you really want to pick up the first. When you got a solid receiving group such as Shaker, when you got a D1 committed McNutt, when you got some other very solid guys that have made big plays like Chavis, like Coleman, like Cameron. Jasir Eady rolls out to the left side, waiting for a play to develop. He finds his man, and it seems as though they really stepped out of bounds before he can make more happen. Chavis was the man on the reception. Rain starting to lighten up quite a considerable amount. Still very much going, but not nearly as much as it did. It's really a drizzle at this point. Here's the snap from Eady. It's a 4th down and incredibly long. He fumbles the football, and Solon's got it. So, it was a 4th down. Didn't really matter considering it was the 4th down.
With Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine Specialists to provide your student athlete the best treatment and prevention of sports injuries.
10:18 to go. Quarter number 2. Shaker up by a touchdown and PAT. The ball will be spotted at the 36. So do the math. Solon's got 64 yards to go. That is, of course, if they want the touchdown. They tried a field goal earlier, just didn't work out, surprisingly enough. Again, typically it's a matter of strength for a lot of these high school kickers. Oh, here's a great run by number 24, eventually taken down. Past midfield, past the 45. Or maybe they're going to mark him down at the 45. They didn't give him any credit for the fall forward. Oh, now here we go. 44-yard line. Jack Sanders motioning quickly to his receiver to get back behind the line. And they're going to run it over to 24 once again. Can they wrap him up? Not yet, but here's a second chance. And he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Please do stick around for the halftime show. You won't have to hear me talk anymore. Instead, you'll hear the bands combined between Shaker and Solon. Same thing they did last year, where they do a show together. It's always a fun thing to see. These two bands work hard for a one-time show that they got to do together. A lot of these people don't know each other. A lot of them, however, really do get along. There's actually a collection in the corner of the stadium of a bunch of Solon band kids and Shaker band kids. They're a short run. Actually, it was pretty solid considering the 2nd down and 12. So this time it's going to be a 3rd down and about 8. I'd say that's a safe bet. 9 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Clock continues to tick through the run. Third down and 8. What do they go with here? Jack Sanders, a dump off pass to the right side and right off the fingertips. That was it seemed like it should have been an easy play, and then it fell apart right after it hit off the fingers and fell to the turf. Shaker's coaches, you can hear it from up here, they're still noting that the quarterback is still in. Jack Sanders still out. However, this punt is going to be way up high. And this one's going to roll inside the 20 and head out of bounds just short of the 15-yard line. So not ideal positioning for the Shaker offense, but at least they're getting the ball back up by a touchdown in PAT. 8:25 left to go in the 2nd quarter in the 1st half. So far, the Solon offense has really struggled against the Shaker defense. Excuse the man in the way of our shot. Our apologies. We don't have any other way to get him to move. This run up the middle and not going for much. And there we go. Ask the man to move, and if he's a nice guy, he's going to move. Here, a false start before the play is snapped. Not a good look for Quinn Malone as he was subbed in. Jasir Eady had come out. Again, not a lot of action for Quinn Malone lately at the quarterback spot, but he's getting some reps. That's for certain. A lot of guys in motion. What am I looking at there? Well, another false start. Holy cow. That was a mess. Everyone was in motion. No one was set, and Darius Coleman was halfway down the field. So, 17 yards to go. Was a 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 17. Quinn Malone, a dump off pass to the left side. It was a fumble at first. Trey McNutt picks it up, and now he'll get some positive yards from it, eventually getting back to the original line of scrimmage. However, a flag is down if this is on Shaker. Indeed it is. Holding against Shaker. Ball was at the 9. Moves him back further. My goodness. 7.5 left to go in the second quarter. This is probably the ugliest drive of the season for Shaker football. It's still a 2nd down, don't you worry. Half the distance to the goal line. So from the 9, you go to the 4, right between the 4 and the 5. And here's a run up the middle. Cornell Beard's got room to run. He makes one man miss, and he keeps going up past the 30 to about the 35. Cornell Beard, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, he is a tough runner. Look at guys like Derrick Henry. Look at guys like Nick Chubb. They're going to stiff arm you. They're going to run through you, most importantly. Here comes Beard once again. This one, much more of a limited run, but he still got a solid gain. It's about 6 yards, maybe 7. I mean, he feels like a Nick Chubb type of guy. He just runs through your defense, tires them out. And heck, why not again? Cordell Beard to the near side. Taken down, but not after getting the first down. And it'll be 10 yards to go after the new set of downs. Beautiful running from Cornell Beard. If you like the ground game, this drive is for you. If you like penalties, the start of the drive was for you. Cornell Beard got Shaker out of that jam quickly with one huge run right up the middle. Here's Quinn Malone looking to throw it. And over the head of Trey McNutt and out in front of Lyndon Chavis. Not exactly sure who the intended target of the two was, but Quinn Malone going to remain in. Jasir Eady waiting along the sideline. 6:21 left to go in this second quarter. Shaker up by a touchdown and PAT as they have been after the first drive of the game. And up to this point, Quinn Malone, the lefty, sends it over to Darius Coleman. And let me tell you, the receivers aren't helping him out either. Big dropped catch. And it'll be a 3rd down and 10 for Shaker. Looks like they're going to believe in Quinn Malone for perhaps the entirety of this drive. No matter what, they're sticking with Quinn. 6:16 left to go in the second quarter. Malone protected in the pocket, and not sure him and Darius Coleman were on the same page, as that throw was much over the head of Coleman. And Shaker's going to get ready for a punt. Lucas White, the guy to punt it away. He's the guy that handles the PATs, short field goals, and of course, these punts in moments where they need to change possession. These two schools, both schools where Kid Cudi has attended. We've had MGK pull up for a game last year. Kid Cudi, we're still waiting on you. There, a bit of a high snap. Lucas White handles it. A solid punt it is, as this one's going to touch down at the 31 and roll. And, oh, this guy's still running. Thought he was down a long time ago up the sideline. He's still up. And now he's taken down after getting it past the 30 of the opposite side of the field. And now here's some yellow laundry flying through the air. We got a flag down. 5:52 left to go in the second quarter. Solon with the best opportunity to start a touchdown drive. There was one down. No, he was marking. No, it was yellow. Well, looks like there is no flag on the play. Picked up that flag immediately. 5:52 to go in the second quarter. Shaker up. Touchdown PAT still. Haven't been able to strengthen that lead anymore. Luckily, they haven't lost that lead at all either. Jack Sanders sends this one up the middle with his running back. And a tough run by Sharpie. We'll see, is this enough to get him into the red zone? It's looking like it will be. Indeed it will be. Ball at the 19, second down, and about 5 to go. The rain continues to get lighter out here. Not too bad at all anymore. And here's a run to the right side. It's to number 26 once again, taken down. Not until he got that first down yardage. 5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. A little bit of rain, but yeah, really not much. However, Solon keeping it on the ground, and why not? It's working for him. This game, the first of 2 back-to-back home games. Then they'll take on Benedictine, and then another set of 2 back-to-back home games. Here's the snap to Sanders. He's going to he's going to hand this one off to the man in motion. Might be close to a first down once again. Shaker's run defense currently struggling here on the drive. See if that continues. If you're the Solon coach, you really just want to keep this going. Keep it on the ground. No passes just yet. It's going to be a second down and 6.5 if you want to get specific. It's a second and about 4, so it's not goal to go, not yet. But if you get the first down, it is very much likely. And now we're going to get a timeout taken by Shaker. Not a bad idea when you're trying to get set up for a second down and 4 from the 6. Anywho, my name is Vaughn Ullum here with the call from the Russell H. Rupp Stadium. Shaker up by 7, but that lead is being threatened as we speak. We'll be right back for the end of the drive. We'll see. This one could be tied in just a moment. But for now, Shaker up by 7. Shaker up by 7. Less than 4 minutes to go here in the first half. The rain has lightened up a lot, so much that a lot of people have taken down their umbrella, including myself. Ball between the 6 and the 7. Here's the run to the right side with number 24 taken down, I do believe. Might have gotten the first down, however. If so, it's going to be a first and goal from very, very short distance. And no, they say it was short of the first down. Third down and very short. 1 yard to go. 3 yards for the touchdown. 3.5, if you really want to get specific. And here's the run up the middle. They give it to number 24. He's tripped up. He's tripped in to the end zone. Touchdown, Comets. Now let's make sure their kicker is all right. Now, he missed that short field goal earlier. Here's a PAT chip shot for him to try and redeem himself. For the moment, Shaker leads by 1. More than likely, that deficit is going to be eliminated in just about a second. And it looks as though we got a timeout called. I think the officials are going to talk something over. We're going to step aside until we get some sort of PAT set up. We'll be right back. Vaughn Ullum on the call. And you never know. The timeout was taken by Solon, and so you wonder if there's going to be a little bit of trickery in this play. Shakers only used one of their timeouts. They still got 2 in the final 3:18 of the half. Solon getting a lot of boos. High snap, good hold, however. And the kick is up, and it soars into the band behind the south end zone. So 7-7, we are tied here at the Rupp. Again, rain just about non-existent at this point. There's still some going on out there, but really not enough to warrant an umbrella if you weren't here earlier. Doesn't feel like anything's coming our way up from this elevated position. And we're back, 7-7. Now your tied score between Shaker Heights and Solon here in Shaker territory. Again, the first of what is going to be back-to-back home games. Next week they play Euclid here at home. The first GCC rival that will count towards those GCC standings. Here's the run up from the kicker. And a solid kick it is. Trey McNutt just lets this one go out the back. It didn't even touch down in the end zone. It soared right over.
That ball is kicked out of the end zone for a touchback. Raiders will begin 1st and 10 on their own.
Watch the leg on that guy. Well, here's a good opportunity for Shaker to try to take a lead in halftime. It's still a very much gray sky above us. The rain has lightened up a lot. And it's a first down and 10 for the Shaker Heights Red Raiders. Snap taken to Jasir Edie. He's going to hand this one off. Up the middle goes Cornell Beard. First down and a little bit more. Call it about a gain of 15 perhaps. And the clock will continue to roll after the run. Not a bad idea to run it if your run game's been working and if that just takes some time off the clock. Shaker yet to score since their first offensive drive of the game. Here Cornell Beard struggling to get out of a pressure situation in the backfield, and he is taken down after a solid loss of yards. 5 yards just about lost. Second and 15. Again, the clock keeps running. Again, shout out to everyone who came to this game earlier, powering through the rain for the football game. This one taken down. Another carry for Cornell Beard, and he just gets back to the line of scrimmage again. And how could you miss this? Great football game, great atmosphere, because everyone here is in it together. Everyone has been here since the start when it was pouring down on you. Of course, some people had umbrellas, some didn't. But here we are. We fought through to try and get this kind of weather. It's a lot calmer now. And it's a third down and 15 for the Shaker offense. Jasir Edie looking to sling it. At first, it looked like he had his man Cameron Jackson, but instead it's a bit to the right. And the Solon Comets get the pick. Looks like they're going to roll this one at exactly midfield at the 50-yard line. Ball will be spotted just above the S logo at the 50-yard line. .105 seconds left to go. 1:45 is what that correlates to. 7-7 the score. After that interception, Solon with the opportunity to take their first lead of the ball game. Here's a dump-off pass to the right side. And still trying to force him down after a short gain. And now pushed up about 5 yards. Call it a second down and 5 to go now as they're halfway to the next set of downs. At first, it looked like he could lose some yardage. Then it looked like he would just barely get a 1-yard gain. His O-line helped him out, powered him forward for a couple more. 2nd and 5 coming your way. 70 seconds left to go in the second quarter. This run up the middle is looking good. It's another first down. Solon with only a singular timeout at their disposal. Now under a minute to go in the second quarter. What's going to happen here? Here we're looking for a pass from Sanders. Wide open guy. Number 11 pushed out of bounds after getting past the 30. Solon's 2-minute drill is really something of beauty so far. Mitchell, the man to push out 11 of the Comets. 50 seconds are remaining in the half, but after they got that out of bounds, the clock not ticking now. Not a bad idea on the play call there. Sanders fakes a pass, and now he's taken down quickly. Might be a loss of 1, and it looks like they're going to call it a loss of half of a yard. Solon will be taking a timeout, it seems. And that is indeed the case. We're going to take a second as there's only 40 seconds left to go in the half. Shaker tied with the Solon Comets. 7-7 is your score. My name's Vaughn Ullum here with the call. You got 40 seconds before halftime is getting set. And we're back to it. 40 seconds left to go in the second quarter in the first half. Trying the same thing that worked last time. Why not? Pass complete to number 11 to the far sideline. Sierra on the back-to-back catches. After the out-of-bounds reception, only 4 seconds off of the clock. There, a low snap, flagged down right as the play was snapped. Here's Jack Sanders getting the first down a little bit more. Shaker's defense is rattled. We'll see what the penalties will determine. Offsides on Shaker.
Offsides against the Raiders.
The referees now talking things over with the Solon head coach.
Offsides against the Raiders. They're going to take the penalty, which will make it second. Maybe not. Hold on. It's going to be second and short.
They're going to call this one a second and short. Very, very short. Just about the length of a fingernail. But I feel like that might be pushing it. Now they change it to a first down. There we go. Not what Shaker really wanted, but at least they'll get a fresh start. Again, stick around for the halftime show. Shaker Heights and Solon join marching bands, and they're going to be right in front of you as I step aside. I'll be back for the third quarter, don't you worry. But in the meantime, while both football squads talk things over, the band gets their time to shine. Both at the same time, same music together. Really, play has halted for a long time now. We're getting the clock now moved up to 40 seconds, it seems. And here's a dump-off pass. Was that fumbled or was it caught? Let's see what they determine. Oh, it was caught and fumbled. That was a bit surprising. Thought they could call that incomplete, but they rule it a catch. Looks as though there was a football move, but the referees are talking things over now. And yeah, it's confirmed. Shaker gets the football back. 32 seconds left to go in the first half. They're tied with the Comets. 7-7 is the score. The ball spotted at the 24. So if you are head coach Alex Nicholson, what do? Do you kneel it here, play it safe, take you to halftime? In this formation, it's looking like that's going to be the case. And the snap and the kneel down. And I assume they will not be running any other plays, as that should take us to the end of this first half. So far, a good game. Offense not really shining. Shaker's offense hasn't scored since the very first opening drive. And now head coach Nicholson looks as though he might do a little something here. And no, he's going to let this run. So 7-7 the score after the first two quarters, but don't worry, we got two more, 24 minutes of game clock, and we will be right back. Thank you very much for tuning in. Shaker's Band performing with the Solon Marching Band. Do enjoy right in front of you here at the Russell H. Rupp Stadium. My name is Vaughn Ullum with the call. Again, I'll be back for the second half to continue that good old call.
I'll stay. I gotta keep this. I don't think that. I'm gonna stay here and do this.
And now I can take my phone.
Good evening, Shaker Heights! You wanted the best, and now you've got the best. Presenting the 300-member strong 2024 Solon Marching Band. Led onto the field tonight by our senior officers. Welcome to the halftime house party. The party starts with a Billboard chart-topping hit by the multi-talented producer and rapper Flo Rida. Welcome to my house. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the pride of Shaker Heights, the 2024 Raider Marching Band, under the leadership of Brian Harmon, David Hudson, April Perkins, and Jody Steeple. Kicking off tonight's halftime show, the Raider Band salutes you with For Those About to Rock, followed by Back in Black. time to take this halftime show to the next level. For the remainder of the show, both bands will combine their mighty sonic forces of over 500 musicians to blast you away into harmonious bliss. First up is a slamming chart from Cleveland's very own Grammy Award-winning Jazz Band. There's no time to lose as we light up the field with Jazz Band's worldwide #1 hit, Let It Whip. For the senses as we perform Let's Groove by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
chance comma is that chance comma that with the Minecraft, the 5 lights and photos will go away quickly. Can I put it in the backpack or no? You do it. All right, we should be fine. Still any chance I can drop it? What?
Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you that tag day is next Saturday, September 14th. Please look for our amazing music students and support their involvement in music and international travel. This spring, the choir and orchestra will be going to Italy, and next fall, we will announce the marching band Spring 2025 destination. Please help every student experience music and travel with a tag day donation. Next Saturday, September the 14th.
Well, it did die down, but it came back. So for Solon, making these 2 or 3 big runs at the beginning of the half, and then it's going to be average when hop on in a second. There's no rush. There's no rush. Not even getting replied. I can't see it. Is it?
Well, during halftime, didn't get much better. If anything, it got a lot worse because by the end of that first half, the rain had just about stopped. It didn't stop, but the drizzle was very, very light. But now here we are once again under some heavy, heavy raining conditions. And now Shaker has to struggle through these conditions to try and get a victory against former rival, the Solon Comets. And they have not scored since that first possession at the very beginning of the first quarter. And Solon was able to even it up late in that second quarter, but that's about it. That's all the scoring we've got. 7-7 is your score. There was a missed field goal, but really that was as close as Solon has gotten to putting up points on the board. Shaker, no different. Their offense has to get clicking once again as we open up this second half. Shaker going to get the football first, considering Solon got it at the beginning of the first half, and we can talk about more as the game goes on. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum, still calling through some heavy rain at the Rupp. Thank you for joining.
Shaker to receive to begin the second half.
"12 minutes up on the clock, symbolizing the start of the third quarter. Hands raised by the Solon Comet special teams, symbolizing that we are set for kickoff, and here it is. We have begun the third quarter. Once again, we're going to get a touchback.
Ball is kicked through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders will begin 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
The halftime crowd has just about shuffled out. Typically, you get a lot of band parents staying here for the performance, and just about all of those guys have cleared out of these conditions. Not too many people here. Typically, if this was a sunny game, it would be a much different story. 1st and 10, however, for Shaker football. Thanks for sticking with us. We've stuck with this game here at the Rupp. We got the stadium announcers still here. We got the scoreboard operator still here. And, of course, we've got plenty of fans still going. But what really matters is the football team is still going as we speak. They're a run to the near side, right side, from Jasir Edie. He handed it off to, I believe that was McNutt.
Ball carried by McNutt.
And yeah, that is the case. The receiver defensive back duo taking the carry after being the man in motion. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side from the line. Cornell Beard to the left of Jasir Edie. Edie quickly under pressure. He's taken down. A sack for the Solon defense.
He is brought down by number 16.
There was no escaping that one right after the snap. It felt like there were already comets surrounding him immediately. And there you go, taken down to the wet turf below. Man, this night has continued to get ugly.
Ball on the 12-yard line.
No different here. No lightning, but still just not pretty. That pass swatted away immediately by a pass rusher. So it was a very short-lived drive. 4th and 18 is what faces them. They will be punting this one away, I would assume, unless they're decided to be incredibly, incredibly aggressive at a point where they really, really shouldn't be. 10:45 left to go in the third quarter. More and more people continue to shuffle out of the Russell H. Rupp Stadium. Here's the snap, a high snap, and it's fumbled by Lucas White. And I believe he tried to send it out of bounds, best option. So that'll result in a safety, 2 points to Solon. 9-7 is the score, but it'll take out a touchdown had Lucas White not kicked it backwards. This is where you trust in your defense, and if you're Lucas White, send it behind you. and just allow Solon the free 2 points. Not a pretty sight on the punt attempt. And now they're going to need to kick this one away after 2 points have already been given to Solon. So Shaker losing now. However, the good thing is it's by a short margin. .39 left to go in the third quarter. Mullen, the man to kick it away from the 20-yard line. And it's got some power behind it. This one taken in, fumbled around the 25, really behind the 25 and around the 20. Here's a fumble. Shaker recovers. There was a flag down. So we'll see who's got it out of this one. Please stand by. Let's see what we got. 10:30 left to go in the third quarter. Where will this go? It's going to be holding on the Comets. Shaker will get their possession. So Shaker might be down by 2, but they got a good opportunity to take a lead back as they had it early in the ballgame. What does the Shaker offense have in them? Snap, low, gives it away to Cornell Beard, and it's fumbled, but Shaker might get it back around midfield. At first it looked like a Comet hopped on it quickly, but then we found out he didn't have it either. It's going to go as a loss of 9, but at least it's not a loss of possession for the Shaker offense. The ball will be slippery right now. Shaker down by 2. 9-7 is the score. Jasir Eady fakes one throw. Now he'll make one. Darius Coleman. And again, the ball is slippery. It slips right out of the hands of Coleman. My goodness. .17 to go in the third quarter. Faking the snap is Jasir Eady. Now he'll look over and sink to the near sideline where the Shaker Raiders stand. Here we go. Third down, 19 yards to go. Jasir Eady going to air this one out. He finds Chavis, and that was a good call to reel it in with the chest, and he'll bring it into the red zone on the run. Head coach Alex Nicholson is amped up. Beautiful run and catch from Chavis. And again, this is a guy that we have to keep a lookout on moving forward. Again, 2 receiving touchdowns in the opening game against Willoughby South. And now we go back to Jasir Eady. Under pressure, does he have his man? Trey McNutt, and they rule him down short at the 1-yard line. This is where you're probably going to give it to Cornell Beard. However, with the way the last run went, maybe not. Shaker did run it well in that first half. 18 runs, 86 yards. Solon on the other end, 21 runs, 128 yards. Cornell Beard will be given the football and standing up. He'll take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Shaker Heights. .9:07 to go in the third quarter. Shaker now up by 4, hopefully set to be 5, as Quinn Malone gets set to hold the snap, and it's Lucas White to use his leg to put the football through the uprights. Here's the snap, the hold, and this one's sent up, and it's good as the football soars into the Solon band. Seems as though the Shaker band has shuffled out of here as well. And let me tell you, that's not a typical occurrence. The conditions gotta be bad for that to be the case. And let me just tell you now, they're not pretty. Shaker up by 5 now. I'll tell you what is pretty, the look of the scoreboard at the moment. Shaker with the win here will remain undefeated and move to a 3-0 record. The loss will be their first of the season and move them to a 2-1 record. Again, the preseason rankings per Cleveland.com, this was a ranking of Northeast Ohio teams. They had Shaker at 25 in Northeast Ohio. They had Solon back at 29. And here comes number 1. Between the hash marks, he's taken down around the 25-yard line. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter of action. 14-9, Shaker leading it here at home. That was their first touchdown since the opening drive of the football game. Or, excuse me, their offensive first drive. That's what I'm trying to say. Football spotted at the 26. Solon's offense comes on out. We still got some Shaker members still out here from the band. Not many. And here's the handoff. He'll go to the near sideline and taken down. There have been, I believe, 3 fumbles from Solon tonight. Feels like more, but I believe that's 3 we're looking at. 8:35 left to go in the game. The clock runs on down. Continues to roll after the run. Ball on the near hash mark. This one's handed off up the middle, and he'll be stopped before much of a gain at all, maybe a yard, and it looks like that's what they're going to give him. Sharpie, once again, the guy to run it for the Comets. Why not? He's been rather successful. He hasn't been Cornell Beard successful, but still successful nonetheless. .740 to go in the third. Shaker up by 5. Here's the snap to the quarterback, and he'll go to the right side. And is that caught? No, he was out of bounds. Jack Sanders just threw that one a bit too far. It was in reach of the receiver, but when you're that close to the sideline, not much to be done. Head coach Alex Nicholson telling his team to stay out there on defense. They have no return man back on the 4th and 6. I don't know if they're going for the block or if they're ready for. Nicholson calls for timeout now, and that's a smart move. Not sure anyone was ready for what would have happened had he not called timeout. 7.5 left to go in this third quarter. Shaker now up by 5. Looking to do some more damage, assuming they get the football back on the 4th and 6. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum here with the call. We'll be right back. Now Shaker is going to have a return man back past midfield. Now he's actually going to scoot on up right next to midfield. 7.5 left to go in the third quarter. Here's the punt. And oh my goodness, a good punt it is. Over the head of the return man. It takes a roll, and my goodness, how about this? Solon touches this one up at about the 1. Maybe the 2 if they're generous, but no. That is a phenomenal punt by the Solon Comets putter. And the rain continues to pour. That was the best punt we've seen through these 3 games. I mean, that was perfect. I mean, typically it got room for improvement, but that was right where it needed to be. Well, Shaker's offense not in the most ideal of positions. 1st and 10 from their own 1-yard line. And this is the right move. You hand it off up the middle. Cornell Beard will get a solid chunky yards. Past the 5, we'll see where they'll officially mark him. It looks like the 6, maybe the 7. The rain not getting much better, so hopefully these handoffs can prove to be a little cleaned up. They had that fumble in their last drive. Luckily, we were able to put points on the board, but it was a dangerous start. And here, Jasir Eady going for a big gain, and Cameron Jackson held up. Good coverage by the other number 9. It was number 9 against number 9. And number 9 of Solon won the matchup, the defensive back, getting the incompletion. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. And let's see what they do here. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Cornell Beard in the backfield with Jasir Eady, the starting quarterback. Beard to the left of Eady. Now here's the snap. It's low. Mishandled at first. Jasir Eady just needs to get out of the end zone here. And he should be. And the referee says yes, he's at the 1-yard line, where the forward progress was stopped. But let me tell you, Jasir Eady, we all thought that could have been a dangerous decision had he continued to try and run it to the side. The rain now coming in at an angle. Umbrellas starting to be a little less helpful. It is getting chillier and chillier as the night goes on. We'll see how this punt goes. And Lucas White skies this one up. And this time it's going to roll backwards. Shaker's got to touch this one up. And it'll be just outside of the red zone. So Shaker really not getting the benefit of the doubt from these special teams plays. Oh, now they move them in. Or, nope, they'll move it back, 21. .6:21 left to go in the third quarter. Conditions not getting any better. Excuse my stuffy nose. But if you'd rather see the football game, come here yourself. I mean, come on. This one a handoff. Moves to the left side. And he's in the red zone just barely. Call it about a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Ball's handed off to number 24.
Jefferson, the man on the carry. He was brought down by Wood. And we'll move to a 2nd down and an 8. Ball the 19. It will indeed be a 2nd and 8. Less than 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. And there's a solid run. Will he pick up the first down? I believe he might be just short, leading us to a third down. We'll see, and indeed that is the case. I'm gonna say 2 yards to go. You know, shout out to the band members that are staying put. I'm not sure why you're staying put, considering this one is a cold and wet one. But here they are. Through the conditions, they are in this game. Jack Sanders takes the snap. It's over to his left, and immediately he hands it off, and he is stopped behind the line. Couple yards, about 3. And that was good stuff. Shaker trying to get their crowd amped up. They'll look over to the crowd. And motion for them to make a little bit of noise. But I don't think a lot of these fans are in the mood to really get up and cheer. They're just trying to stay dry. Maybe warm as well, but that feels just kind of unlikely at this point. 4:15 to go in the third quarter. Jack Sanders immediately under pressure. Huge hit in the backfield, a roll out of the pocket, and the Thunder strikes between the 25 and 30. And Shaker gets their momentum. Holy cow, Shaker is amped after that huge hit. Sanders was met quickly right after he looked up after running away from pressure. Boom! He's down. So Shaker's offense back out now. Hopefully Jasir Eady has no such luck in the backfield. That felt dangerous. Phenomenal hit from the pass rush. Shaker up by 5, looking for more here. Jasir Eady looks to his running back. They'll communicate a little bit. You got 3 receivers out wide, 1 to the left, 2 to the right, and you got 1 in motion. That's Chavis. Here's the snap. Here's the give to Beard. Beard shrugs off one guy. He rides the O-line for a few yards. Actually, might be a little bit more than a few. Call it about 5, 6, 7, 8. My goodness. No, they'll move it back to 7. But still, that was getting worse and worse for the Solon Comets defense. Better and better for the Shaker offense. That was, I'm not sure who's controlling the sticks, but that seemed a little outrageous for a moment there. There, a good cut inside from Cornell Beard. He'll spin move one guy. He'll get out of some more pressure. He's still powering through. Past the 45, he's brought down. Cornell Beard. This guy, number 15. What a fun football player to watch. My goodness. That was just just incredible powering through run. The rain continues to pick up. Dealing with the rain for a minute, trying to get it out of our technology used here for the broadcast, as the water is somehow still finding ways to get through to our headsets, even under these umbrellas. 2:30 left to go in the third quarter. Here's the snap. Up high, Jasir Eady fakes the give, fakes a pass, shrugs off one guy, shrugs off another, and he's still got it, but maybe it's a wise idea to go down, but why not take it past midfield first? The running has been dominant this drive. And we're not just talking about Beard. Now we got to add Eady to the list. Less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Shaker up by 5. And they are storming through past midfield. Let's see if they keep it up here. It's a 3rd down and 4. See what they got now. Chavis in motion from the left side of the line to the right. Here's the run to Beard. Good stop. Now he's trying to go to the outside. And did he get it? It looked like he did. The referee says yes. 1st down and 10, because right now nothing is stopping Cornell Beard. He is taking control of this drive. New set of downs, 1st and 10. Ball at the 45. Once again, they're past midfield. And here's the run to Beard. He is taken down quickly. That time just about a loss of 2. So perhaps that can slow down this rush. This rushing attack, I should say. Less than a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Shaker really only has to snap one more play before the end of the quarter. We'll see if they do just that or if they wait. But you know head coach Nicholson is not one to play it safe. And here he'll try to get a fake snap off now. Before the clock does hit 40, they'll give it to Cornell Beard off the snap. And now we'll see, do they just take this to the 4th and final quarter. Cornell Beard, a run of about 3, maybe 4 if you're really kind to the Shaker offense, but I don't believe that's going to be the case. Shaker's offense lines up, 10 seconds till the next quarter. Shaker's offense looks to the near side. Let's see what they're telling them. You got 5 seconds. And yeah, Shaker's just going to just run it out. 0-0-0 shows up on the clock for the 3rd quarter. We still got a 4th. Stay seated. 12 more minutes of Friday night football coming your way. Shaker up by 5. It's been a good game so far. Why not have 12 more minutes of that solid Shaker Raider football? They're beating Solon here at home. Can they close it out? Answer soon to come when we come back after this break. We're only 25% of the way through. If you thought we could get out of this rain quickly, you were really quite wrong. 5 points separate the two teams. 14-9, Shaker leading it here at home. Ball spotted at the 43. Shaker's offense with those 43 yards to go till they'll get another touchdown. I mean, Cornell Beard has been one heck of a player to watch here today. And we'll see if they continue to use him on the ground. But here they're not going to. The pass to Trey McNutt. He's got a little bit of room to run. He'll shed off one man and now be pushed out of bounds after he gets into the red zone. Inside the 20. Trey McNutt, D1 commit, there's why. 11:50 to go in the 4th and final quarter. The second half and the game. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 17. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Edie fakes the snap. Shave motion. He'll get settled on the right side, and now he'll take the snap and give it off to Beard. He'll go to the outside. Can he power his way through? No, he's just short inside of the 5. But you know what we call that? It's a good old first down. I mean, can anyone stop Beard here tonight? Solon has struggled over and over to contain this guy. It doesn't matter. The rain is not stopping this rushing attack as long as Cornell Beard can keep running through the guys. And here we go. Will they decide to power it in once again? Well, they'll give it to Beard, and you know he'll get that touchdown. Shaker Heights now have 20. They're up 11, looking for 12 as Lucas White and the PAT team come out following Cornell Beard's beautiful rushing touchdown drive. He led that completely. He's really put the team on his back here throughout this second half. I mean, people have been wondering, oh, that one was slow, but still went through the uprights. People have been wondering, where are these offers for Cornell Beard? I mean, we're getting these types of phenomenal D1 offers to Trey McNutt, and don't let me discredit Trey McNutt. He is a phenomenal football player and the #1 safety in the nation. But where is this kind of respect for Cornell Beard? Well, now he's starting to make a case, and we'll see. What'll be interesting come October 25th is going to be the rushing attack and how it compares to that of Cleveland Heights, as they got that D1 guy, Marquise Davis, and he ran it down Shaker's throats last year, bringing the Tigers the victory once again. But with how well-rounded this team has gotten and with how well this rushing has been, Cornell Beard is feeling like he could get these offers and he could lead Shaker to some big, big wins. Again, that's in late October. We got time to think about it. We still got time to see how Cornell Beard and Marquise Davis each do. This kickoff is going to be sailing out of bounds. That Cleveland Heights game will be all the way out in Cleveland Heights. I say that in a sarcastic manner, just down the road. They call it the Battle of Lee Road for a reason. Cleveland Heights through the first 2 weeks have really struggled. Shaker, not as much the case. Don't get me wrong, against Brush, that was a bit of a rough watch if you were a Shaker football fan. But Cleveland Heights, same kind of story, underperforming from where they should be. And of course, you got 7 more weeks till that game between the two Heights schools. But right now, feels like Shaker is really doing well. This run only goes about 2 yards before forward progress is stopped. Less than 11 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Well, yes, we'll be calling that game. We'll continue to call every single one of these games till the end of the season. And of course, if Shaker makes a playoff spot as they did last year, we'll be calling that as well. Man in motion from right to left is number 11, a receiver. They're a good block at first, and now this one's floated up right into the hands of Trey McNutt. Once again, there's the D1 stuff. Here's one thing. Trey McNutt, #1 safety in the nation. Heights don't got that. 10-11 left to go in the fourth quarter. Shaker going to take the football back. Let's see what they got. Looks like a sideline infraction was called on Shaker. Just getting a little too celebratory with it. Speaking of Heights, the first GCC game will be next week. It's against Euclid here at home. Euclid last in the GCC last year, so it should be, I don't want to say it's going to be a gimme. I mean, we saw how they were against Brush. Nothing is a gimme, and that's why they play the game. But Euclid's being last in the GCC last year should be Shaker's most simple competition against teams in the conference this season. Also, Solon did beat Strongsville, so Shaker can hopefully take a victory here and give them a little bit of confidence for when they play Strongsville as well. That run just about going nowhere. Henry reached the point where we can say there's less than 10 minutes to go in the football game. Shaker is up by 12. 21-9 is the score. Two receivers off to the right side, two to the near side. Jasir Edie, starting quarterback in the backfield with the starting running back. A guy we've been praising a lot tonight. That's Cornell Beard. And here they're going to give it to Beard once again. He is quickly met by Comet's pass rushers. So now we got a 3rd and long. It was a 2nd and 9. Now they're moved back even further. The O-line needing to stop those guys from getting through and stopping the production of Cornell Beard. That's a big part of your run game. And if you let up, well, you're going to let up your positioning on the scoreboard. Jasir Edie takes the snap. He's looking to throw. And this one's tipped and picked off. This is looking like a pick 6. We'll see if he can get all the way there. Jasir Edie trying to take him down. No can do. Solon touchdown. An interception return touchdown, more commonly known as a pick 6. And now momentum shifts from one side to the other. Not a whole lot of time left, but it's a lot of time for Solon to get back into this ball game. Snap, hold, low hold. The kick is up and it flies into the Solon band, and they are amped up. Shaker's band, not what it was earlier. They have just about shuffled out. I want to say a whole 10% are still there, maybe 20. But yeah, it is a cold and wet game out here at Shaker Heights. And it looks like it's going to remain that way for the rest of these 8:34 in the fourth quarter. This is the kind of weather where you think whether you want to take a late night drive, the rain just feels really cinematic today, especially under the Friday night lights. Looks like something out of a romance movie scene. But more importantly, feels like something out of a dramatic sports movie scene. And that's what we're here for. Will this game end like a movie? We'll see. Shaker still holding on to a lead, but it feels a lot less now. 12 versus 5? That's a whole different narrative. Shaker, 21-16, with a little over 8.5 to go. The kickoff being taken from the 40, and here it goes. Bounces off of the 10-yard line, and picking this one up will be Trey McNutt behind the 20. Not the best field position, but better than a lot of these have gone. Shaker's offense huddling up before they take the field. Hopefully they can draw up some good plays on a drive where you really need some good plays. Jasir Edey looks back in the direction of the Solon band behind him in the north end zone. Here's the snap. There's the give. Cornell Beard once again. And now Solon has made some adjustments. They have been limiting this Beard production. However, Yellow Laundry down on the field. 8:26 to go in the fourth quarter. And now the official picks up the Yellow Laundry. And we're going to be stuck at a 2nd and 9. Jasir Edey looks in unison with the Shaker offense to the near sideline. Coaches telling him what to do next. Cornell Beard stays to the left of Jasir Edey. Not a whole lot of time on the play clock. 4 seconds will be the number as they snap this one forward with a run from Cornell Beard once more. That'll move us to a 3rd and 3. The 3 yards to go is always the point in which you wonder, do you pass it or do you run it? It's kind of in that middle ground. 4 is where it's really difficult. But 3 yards to go, with the way Beard has been going, you'd assume they'd run it here. With 7.5 left to go in the fourth quarter, clock continues to tick down. 10 seconds left to go on the play clock. Shaker's offense has been struggling to really get in sync through the first couple plays of this drive. And here's the give to Beard. He's under pressure. Will he get there? No. Looks like he was barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage, and the punt team will be coming out. Here's the interesting piece. Nicholson is going to talk to White before he comes out. You wonder what Nicholson said to White. Guess we're about to find out. Less than 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
You might want to head on over there and pick something up if you still got a hankering for some food, but it will be closing shortly.
And now here's the long snap to Lucas White. It will be a normal punt, and a solid punt it is. The junior will get a bounce on the 40. They got to touch the football before it gets too far. Back near midfield, but now we'll see where they officially mark this one. It'll more than likely be around the 43. Regardless, job done by Lucas White. Whatever Nicholson told him before he went out there, right idea. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this nighttime Friday under the light football game. If you're not here, we can assume it's because of the weather. Hasn't been pretty, but we're out here giving you the best broadcast we can. Vaughn Ullum here on the mic, trying his best through the poor conditions. And Shaker up by 5, but Solon with the football. And 6:19 to go in the football game. Here's the run to the left side. Great blocking. He'll get past midfield and past the 40. He'll be pushed out before he gets to the 35. We'll see where they mark him. It looks like it's going to be at the 37. McNutt, the man to push him out. The rain let up earlier now, or not now, during halftime in that band performance where they merged together and performed, both the Solon and Shaker marching bands. It just rained down on that music. And here, a limited gain on the run to the left side. 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter of action. They're going to rule this one a gain of 3, making it a second down and 7 yards to go. Ball, let's see where they put it. It'll be the 33.
33-yard line. Wood on the stop for the Raiders.
This Solon offense needs to get it going. The issue is they're still going to get a lot of time to Shaker no matter what. Here's the run left side. It's kept with Sanders. Quarterback keeper will get him a first down. And now we get a flag after he went out of bounds. We'll see what this is ruled. Brian Mitchell, the man to take him away from the field of play. And we're still awaiting some sort of verdict after the flag. Referees now talking things over around the 25-yard line. Now the official in the white cap will signal holding on the Comets, and that's a big penalty at this point in the ballgame.
Marking it off from the 31. That should put it down at the 41.
So that moves them from what was going to be a first down to a third, it currently says, and really, really long. Call it 15 yards to go. Now we're going to get an official timeout. Now they move it up to the 41. That's the right placement. And excuse me, not 3rd and 15, 2nd and 15. They need to update the marker. Here's the same play. Jack Sanders to the left side trying to get to the original line of scrimmage. Gets some more. He'll be short of a first down. It'll be 3rd, and I want to say about 3. If at first you don't succeed, try again. There you go.
It's going to be 3rd and 4. Ball spotted at the 29-yard.
3rd down, 4 to go. Shaker's got to lock up here. However, are we getting a timeout? No, an official timeout for just 1 moment. Whistle blows, we're back to it. 5:22 left to go in quarter number 4. Clock continues to roll after the successful run to the left, but it's still 3rd down. Here's a run up the middle. Looks like he might have gotten enough. If not, it's really heckin' close. Where do they put it? Oh, injured man down on the field. And it's a Solon Comet. And he is hurting. So we're going to step aside. We'll be back. 5 minutes left to go in the 4th and final quarter of play. Shaker up by 5, but Solon still has the football. We'll be right back. My name is Vaughn Ullum on the call from Shaker Heights. Man's still down. As we said, he was squirming after he was sent down to the turf. We get head coach Alex Nicholson out there visiting him as well. Solon coaches, Shaker athletic trainers. We got a solid amount of people out there now. We'll see if we get any sort of stretcher involved. For now, we'll still step aside. Solon with the football when we come back on a 4th and very, very short. We now get our motion to bring out the cart. So we're still yet to get a confirmed number out there. And yeah, this guy, whoever is down, he's going to need some help getting off. First injury time out of the game compared to the other games. That's not a lot of injury. And now, oh, are they going to send the cart away, or maybe they're just repositioning it? Or maybe the driver's just taking a joyride. But really not a joyful scene at the moment. Hopefully this guy is all right. No matter what side you're on, even if it was Shaker and Heights, you're never hoping for an injury. You never want to see this kind of stuff. And now, offensive coordinator Tyler Curtin is asking for his Shaker players to kneel down and respect the injured man. Now that is something you do not see often. I mean, this guy is still down. We're going to step aside for one other moment. We'll be right back. Yeah, this has escalated really quick. We have a policeman out to the field. I mean, this just doesn't look good. Again, waiting on a confirmed number. We believe it to be 26, the starting running back, Sharpie, for the Solon Comets. We know it is a Solon Comet, but yeah. Cop now on the field talking things over with the referees and the Shaker coach. We're getting more guys on the field moment by moment. Once again, we're going to step aside. Wow, they figure this one out. We'll update you as this one goes along. So now what we've got is a stretcher coming out. You can see it through the end zone. We believe they've cleared a path to an ambulance outside of the Russell H. Rupp Stadium North entrance. Again, this is never something you ever want to see in a football game, no matter what side you're on. Stretcher is out. They've wheeled it over to the position. The cart is being driven away as they're giving this over to the professionals, not just athletic trainers and directors. This Comet's still down on the turf. We assume he'll get helped up in just a second here. Typically in a football game, you'll have some sort of paramedic, maybe an ambulance on standby. I think you have to in the game of football. And so this is exactly why. You get moments like these. Of course, only a couple years back, we see things like what happened to Damar Hamlin in the NFL. We saw that happen. We saw a game get canceled because of it. This is why. Football is the most physical sport. Sure, you get games like hockey where they are going to hit each other, but in football, you have to hit each other, and this is the result of just that. Still yet to get off of the ground is this Comet man. And Shakers players still gathered on the sideline, 90% of them down to the knee, as they are hoping for nothing but the best for the guy down. We'll step aside once more. We have confirmed from Solon Comet coaches that this was the starting running back, Sharpley. They're getting an air cast on the leg. Sharpley has had some powerful plays here today. His performance will not go unnoticed by the Shaker squad. And it's really unfortunate to have this be your final mark on the game, especially in what was a crucial drive. You ended at a fourth and incredibly short. I mean, Solon's run game, 29 carries and 164 yards on the ground. I mean, that's just impressive stuff. Hoping for the best for Sharpley. as it looks like people are getting set to pick him up and move him over to the stretcher. But of course, you got to do so carefully in these kinds of moments. Coach is still out there. 2 policemen still out there. Referees huddled together. Solon teammates about 10 yards away from where their teammate lies. Wonder what's going through their minds when they see their teammate still down to the turf. Henry Sharpley, number 26. The guy's still down. Still yet to get him out to the stretcher. Once again, we're going to step aside. 4:59 left to go in the fourth quarter as we continue an injury timeout. Here they're lifting up Henry Sharpley. And he is out onto the stretcher. The whole of Russell H. Rupp Stadium gives some appreciation towards those who helped, and of course, a little bit of life to Sharpley at the moment. We don't know what this injury is, nor will we. Could be his hip. We've seen his leg get banged up throughout the night. Solon getting a little bit warm once again as their man is lifted onto the stretcher. As you can see, a crowd surrounding Henry Sharpley, number 26, the starting running back and really the star of Solon tonight. Again, could be a hip, could be a leg injury. They brought out a second stretcher, might be protocol. Air cast on the knee, so we could assume that it was a knee-related injury or just the leg in entirety. Again, we do not know, nor are we going to be able to get a report to you by the end of the night. Also, at this level, I don't believe we are supposed to report on that medical business either way at this high school level. And here goes Henry Sharpley. Past midfield. He's having his last run of the night. And from Shaker Heights Athletics, from us up here in the best wishes to Henry Sharpley, starting running back for the Solon Comets. We wish you the best of recoveries. And we'll step aside once again. Well, after the injury timeout, some bad football news for Shaker as they're giving a first down over to the Comets offense. Again, before we fully switch gears back to football, best of wishes to Henry Sharpley, number 26 of the Solon football squad. He has really carried this Solon offense all throughout the night and brought them to where they are in striking distance against these Shaker Raiders. Shout out Henry Sharpley. We wish you the best following tonight's injury timeout. But as we shift back to football, 4:59 left to go in the fourth and final quarter of play. Shaker up by 5, 21-16 is the score. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Solon Comets as they get a little bit warm once again. Referees huddled up around the 25-yard line, the far hash mark being where they currently stand. Nicholson also finishes up a conversation with the referee on his end, and he'll join coaches and talk with them as well. Solon in unison, doing high knees and other types of stretches and warm-ups before they get back to it. And now you can assume they're going to try to play out the rest of this one for their fallen man. That's always a very devastating type of momentum, but it's a momentum nonetheless. Coach is calling for the Shaker band to get involved, but they're not doing much of anything currently. Shaker trying to get their stands pumped up. It's their home crowd. How could you not be? But after what just happened, it's a little bit hard, and it's still raining here at the Rupp. First and 10, let's get back to the football action. 21-16, Shaker on top. Here's the snap to Sanders. Sanders hands this one off to the backup running back, number 2-4. And so he'll be sent to the left side out of bounds. Second down and about 5 yards to go. It's going to be a ball spotted at the 21. And the 2nd and 5, this is where you could use the term over. We'll see if they can get one. Sanders with a run off to the left side. He evades one tackle, pushes down another defender. And my goodness, the Shaker defense needs to get a hold of the run defense. Solon's going to try to take a solid chunk of this time out. It's going to be a 3rd and 2. A stop here would be huge, but 2 stops would mean that much more. A lot of crazy events going on tonight, But as we're back to football, this is probably the biggest play of the night. Sanders gives this one off up the middle. It's with number 24. He'll be tripped up, and will he be short? Where do they mark him?
Number 24 carries Jefferson.
Where do they mark him? It looks like it'll be just short, as their other running back is going to get injured as well. Injury timeout. We'll be right back. Solon Comets, number 24, down on the Red Raiders sideline. Doesn't look anything like the one we just saw. Hopefully this one will be a bit quicker. We'll be right back. Shaker up by 5. 4.5 to go. So A.J. Jefferson, backup running back, is now getting helped onto a cart. This running back room is thinning after Sharpley gets a devastating injury, and now here, the backup to Sharpley is getting carted from one sideline to the other as we speak. We'll see what they do now. Even if they get this first down, they're going to have a hard time punching it in. It's a 4th and 2. And without a strong run game, what do they do here? 4:28 left to go in the game. What do they have in their back pocket? Clock continues to roll after the injury timeout. Sharpley takes the snap. He'll try to move it forward, and I believe the O-line helped him out and got that first down for sure. Powering deeper into the red zone, but once again, their run game is really going to be the issue. No, what are we doing here? I think they're going to measure it. Bit of a surprising move. Looks clearly from here like this is a first down. I don't see how you can call this one a turnover on downs, but we're about to find out and see. And now they pull this one tight. There it is, first down. Comets' first down is confirmed. 4:14 to go in the fourth quarter. It has been a long period between minute number 5 and minute number 4, with 2 running back injury timeouts for the Solon Comets. But it's a 1st and 10 for the Comets offense. And Shaker's defense has got to hold on. Here we see the ambulance blaring outside of the stadium. Cops following suit with that ambulance. Again, wishing the best for these two running backs. Here's Sharpley, fakes the give, rolls out to the right. He's got a man wide open, and it's dropped. Huge incompletion. Quarterback trying to help out his receiver. Let him know it's all right. You got to pick your head up after the incompletion. Sanders got to be the leader here with 4 minutes to go in the ball game. We've had 2 broadcasts here today. Shaker Field Hockey unable to get the victory. Football can hopefully pick up the trash and finish it off with the victory here tonight. And there he'll go down quickly. The Shaker defense is locking up now. 21-16, Shaker leading. A stop here is huge on the 3rd and 10. They have to get to the 7-yard line. The ball currently at the 17. Can Shaker really hurt him now? What's left of the Shaker band getting amped up. The bench of the Shaker Raider football team getting amped up. Here Sanders keeps it. He's taken down around the 15. And it feels like you got to go for it here if you're the Comets. I assume that's what they'll try to do. Oh, they're taking off Sanders. Oh, but now he'll come back. 4th down, 9 yards to go. That is a long way. At this point in the game, less than 3 minutes to go. Shaker's defense with the chance to really help their cause. Here's Sanders. Pocket collapses. He's going to try and take off himself. He'll power forward. Almost gets the touchdown, but he's marched short at the 1. Solon with some life. And a timeout. We thought it was taken, but no, I don't believe that's the case. And now here the clock is going to run. Shaker with 2 timeouts remaining in the half. They're not taking any here. The ball lies at the 1-yard line. Solon with the opportunity to take a lead late in the ball game. Will they do it? Sanders keeps. He's stopped short. It does seem. And now we're down to the final 100 seconds. No gain, they rule on the play. I feel like now might be the smart option to take a timeout. But no, not the case. 80 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. Shaker winning, but with a 1-yard rush, the game completely flips. 2 seconds left on the play clock. They'll just get the snap off. Sanders runs into the right side, and he'll get the touchdown. Jack Sanders. His running back room got injured. The starter and backup. So he'll take it himself. And on the ground, it's another touchdown. Here, it's the wise move for Solon to go for 2 to make it a field goal deficit. And that they will. 1 point, 1 singular point is the difference between Solon and Shaker Heights. Solon is going to take the timeout. And we're going to take a really, really brief timeout as well. 1:02 left on the clock. 2-point conversion attempt coming up for Solon. They're winning by 1 point here in Shaker territory. Here's the 2-point conversion attempt. Shaker down by 1 now. Here's to make it 3. And determine what Shaker's got to do to take a lead back. Here's Jack Sanders running it once again. This time, he's going to be stopped. He's short, and it'll remain a 22-21 game. So if they get in field goal range, that might just be the best idea. Assuming head coach Nicholson trusts in Lucas White, and why wouldn't you? He hasn't missed a PAT yet, so if you get close enough, why would he miss now? Well, maybe because of the pressure. But come on, you got to believe in your players in the big-time moments. Shaker losing by a point. There's 62 seconds left on the clock. That's a lot of time for the good players. Quinn Malone and Jasir Eady throwing it back to each other on the sideline. Eady will more than likely lead this drive. I assume we'll see passes going Trey McNutt's way. I can't imagine you're going to run it much. And if so, you have to give it to Cornell Beard, who's had a phenomenal game. This kick will go out of bounds. That's exactly what Shaker could use for some better field position. Great start to a drive. And Shaker's offense gets set. They got a lot to talk about. 1:02 left to go in the fourth and final quarter. Talk about a phenomenal football game. This is what we wanted for Friday Night Lights. This is cinematic. Rain is pouring down. Shaker down by a single point. And the best of fans are still here at the Russell H. Rupp Stadium. Thanks for tuning in. We still got 62 seconds left of Friday Night Football. It all depends on this drive right here. Jasir Eady leading his offense out. Cornell Beardu is right in the backfield. 3 receivers to the near side. He's going to pass it immediately. And oh, he fumbles. Are you kidding? They say it goes to Solon. Thought that would have been a forward pass. Head coach Nicholson can't believe it. Would have thought that was a forward pass. And now we get a delay of game penalty against the Comets. Doesn't mean much now. Shaker's sideline in disbelief. And some fans make their way to the exits. Referee's not going to be overturning this one. Looked like a forward pass from up here, but not the case. Well, 56 seconds left to go. Technically, with Shaker's 2 timeouts, they could get it back. But now with a lot of time. Timeout immediately taken by head coach Alex Nicholson. You need a miracle here. Unbelievable. A fumble from Jasir Eady gave Solon the ball back on what could have been a game-winning drive. But it was limited to one play, and it was fumbled on that one play. Shaker losing by 1. Again, they could get the ball back, but with little to no time left to go. And here it comes, 2nd down. 10 yards to go. And now here's the kneel. Timeout once again taken by Nicholson. Solon, if you make a play long enough, might be able to run this out with themselves, but we'll see. One more kneel down will take the clock to about who knows, 5 seconds or less. And so it'd need to be a punt return with some phenomenal blocking to bring them all the way. That would be a movie ending to a football game. But it's just not likely. Solon's offense back out. 2nd down. Yes, that is right. Or excuse me, 3rd down. Here it's going to be kept with the quarterback, Sanders. And this will just about be it. There's going to be a 1-second difference. But if you're Solon, you could just snap it to your quarterback and run backwards. And that's more than likely what's going to happen. Devastating ending. Now, all you can do is wonder what could have been had there not been that fumble. Now here, quarterback taken down, his helmet came off. But regardless, that's the end of the football game. Oh, they say there's a second left on the clock. Hello. Not all hope is lost. Referees say there was 1 second left on the clock.
So you're telling me there is a chance?
Do you believe in miracles? This would be a movie ending if Shaker got it done.
I've seen this movie.
1 second on the clock. Shaker down by one singular point. It all comes down to this. This is what you see in college football. It could be some laterals. There could be a big, deep pass involved. We'll see. And Solon's going to take a timeout. I'm not positively sure how there's a second left on the clock, but somehow it happened. Shaker's grateful. Head coach Nicholson gets one more chance with his offense, and no, it may not be likely. Anything could happen. It's a 1st down and 10, but does that matter? You got to get to the end zone. Out of the timeout, Shaker's offense lined up how they want to be. You got one receiver on the far right side, ball at the right hash mark, 3 receivers near side, wide from the line. This one snapped to Jasir Edey, pass caught by Chavis, that goes nowhere. And that was not a good play call to end the game. A pass about 15 yards deep, and it was low on Chavis, so he had to fall down to the turf, and that's the ball game. All right, so rain lightened up a little bit once again, and that is just what you call a devastating end to a football game if you are Shaker Heights. Shaker loses this one by a single point, 22-21. Let me grab my stats of the football game. Shaker got 21 pass attempts, and they got 9 of those to be completed, or 10 with that Chavis completion for only about 180 yards. On the other side, on offense for Solon, through the air, they got, they had through the air 63 yards only. On the run was where they made the difference. Of course, their running back room got heavily injured in the end. Of course, we saw the one man get carted off, but the main thing was that long injury timeout. Again, our wishes are to Henry Sharpley. We wish him the best. But for now, Shaker has got another week until their next game. That's how football goes, and it'll be right back here at the Russell H. Rupp Stadium, hopefully under better conditions. It's still raining. It got a little bit better since halftime, but still not a pretty scene. It's still very wet, and that was more than likely a reason for all of these fumbles. We had a lot of them. Shaker mainly benefited from these fumbles because Solon had done it so much earlier in the game, but in the end, it is what cost Shaker the game on that Jasir Edey fumble, and they lost by a single point. 22-21 is your final. Shaker falls to the former Greater Cleveland Conference rival, and now they're taking on a team next week that is still in the Greater Cleveland Conference. That's the Euclid Panthers. Last year they faced them on the road. This time they're going to face them here at home. Let's see if Shaker can get another W to continue their season moving in the right direction. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum here with the call. We'll see you next week.